What up, YouTube? Money will come and go, but will we have it when we need it? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday Night Just Got Live.
Oh boy, it's Friday and the boys are back in town. And Carl, unfortunately we're getting that little Vaseline filter on your signal there. How did we fix it last time? Did you hop out, hop back in? Is that what fixed it last time?
Do that.
He also took off his pants.
All right, we will stall for time, and don't worry, you won't miss anything. Big shout out to this arcade and gaming community. Thanks as always for choosing the Super Game Room Dudes on Friday nights, one of your favorite arcade and gaming podcast shows. I'm your host, P-Dubs. With me as always is Blurry Detroit Love, Nostalgia, Michael B. the Game Genie. Guys, it's good to be back. I had to take last week off. I had company in town, and we haven't had visitors come stay with us. I mean, we've had some like family, you know what I mean? Like my wife's mother has stayed with us a couple of times over the last couple of years. My sister came out. One of my sisters came out. Like we've had some family visit, but it's been a couple since pre-COVID where we actually had friends fly out to sunny Phoenix and spend the weekend with us. And I had a great weekend. Let's see if Carl's looking better. He's looking much better. There you go. I fixed it. There you go. Carl, you're looking beautiful. Beautiful as always. So Michael B, I told him earlier, I saw you put that in that little Facebook post on the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. You told everyone we should tell P-Dubs what the game we played the most. So
the deep dark secret.
The deep dark. So while they were here, of course, it was the first time my buddy Nick, who I've known him since freshman year of high school. First time he's been to my house here in Arizona since I moved out here 5 years ago, right? So sure enough, he comes in and there's pinball machines, arcade machines all over the place, right? So, we were out and about doing things all over Phoenix, but when we were home, him and his wife and me and my wife, we're playing with some of the arcades. He played with pinball machines, arcades. He had a good time. But the one thing that got the most attention in my house, all right, guys, do me a favor in the live chat. I want to get you guys involved in this. I have a ton of home arcades, AtGames, iiRcade, Arcade1Up products, DIY stuff, real pinball machines, real arcade machines. I got stuff all over the house. If you guys have been following, you guys know. Start putting your guesses in the live chat, guys. What product do you think got the most playtime between 4 adults, 2 couples over the weekend? It might shock you. It shocked me. Because we had to blow the dust off this thing.
There's a comment there. I got to bring the chat up. Let me just see I can get this up.
Go ahead.
Oh no, everything's going crazy now. There we go. This is a comment said by No Woman Ever.
What does that even mean? Why am I so big?
Look at this. The live chat, there's a whole ton of people put guesses in it, and it's right on the money. Dudes, no bullshit, no exaggeration. The product that got the most attention between me, my wife, my buddy Nick, and his wife was the Infinity Game Table. We were all sitting around the couch, and the Infinity Game Table's downstairs in front of the big TV, and we all had drinks and beverages. The girls are drinking wine. Me and Nick are doing beers and stuff, and we played the Infinity Game Table for hours and hours. We're talking. We played Clue. We played Ticket to Ride. When we got really sloppy, we were playing Operation, which that was kind of fun, playing drunk Operation on a little thing and trying to get it to work. And it really shocked me, Mike, because it shows you that product could be great if it gets that kind of use all the time. But this is the first time in 2 years the product got that kind of use. Like me and my wife will play it occasionally, right? Sometimes my wife likes playing like the puzzle games and stuff. She'll do that by herself, and sometimes we'll play a game together, but it doesn't get touched very much. And when it does get touched, it's for a short time period.
Story of my life.
Yeah, so the Infinity Game Table and the Infinity Game Board, it's basically a lot like sex. It's better when there's more than one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And in all fairness, 2 years we were in the middle of the pandemic, so you probably didn't have that many people over, right?
Yeah. We haven't had people over either, so no one's really come in and taken a look and played with all our toys and stuff like that. So but it just shocked me that, and we had a blast. But one night of fun, does that equal 2 years
of pain? Yeah, I got you, brother.
Well, 2 years of owning the product and it just sitting there spending we paid for it full price, $900. Like, it was cool. I'll say that we had a good time. Like I got a little more appreciation for that product. I guess I should say that. But I'm still not telling you to run out and buy one unless you get it on sale. So before
we've said it since day one. This might not be a product that really fits our market, our demographic, but you mentioned earlier in the chat, like if you have kids, maybe it's something they'll enjoy. My daughter really loves playing it and loves playing games on it with me. Yeah. Or if you have friends over game nights and stuff like that, this could be a fun product. But realistically, is it an Arcade1Up product and a product that is designed and suited for the same customer base as Arcade1Up? Probably not. And Restalgia thinks really highly of it too. Restalgia, do you want to share your thoughts on the Infinity game table?
No, not really. No. It's not my jam at all. I think it is.
Speak your truth, sir. Speak your truth. Just come out. Speak your truth. Say what you want to say.
Listen, my biggest gripe with it is that they went mainstream board games, which I guess makes sense for like a certain part of the demographic. But the biggest issue with it is that they're not going after like the fringe titles, kind of the more unique games that are not Monopoly and Clue and Operate. Like it was a huge miss. Like they could have licensed out Dungeons and Dragons and done something really cool on that, and they didn't. And from my side of things, if I'm wanting to play a board game with my daughter, I don't want to pull out a oversized, underpowered tablet and throw it on my dining room table to play. I'd rather just like go out and buy the board game for $15 or $20, throw it on the table, and actually physically play the damn game. And you get so much more enjoyment. And from my perspective, playing any physical board game will give you 10 times the experience of playing a digital version of it.
I knew it was only a matter of time. Here he is. Got to have the real media. Can't play toy arcades or virtual pinball. It's got to be the real thing with Restalgia. One of these.
It's because I'm a gatekeeper, bro. That's the problem. Is that if you want to get into this realm, you got to do it right, and you're just doing it wrong, brother.
Do you think the way that real arcade hobbyists look down on like Arcade1Up? Do you think real board game hobbyists look down on the Infinity game table the same way? They're like, that's not Monopoly. I can't even be the banker.
Yeah, that's fair.
They do.
You have to follow the rules of the game. You can't make your own up. Stupid.
Yeah, and my family is a real big player of board games. We have boxes of board games, and every time we get together, we're playing 2 or 3 of them. We were just playing. We have friends over a couple of weeks ago, and we were playing charades. It's never one of my favorite. The one where the cards are on a timer, and you got to, motion out whatever the words are, and it's like hard and easy cards. That's pretty fun. I forget the name of it, the exact name of it. But we always play games, and I actually had a new game. I think Drone Home. Did I tell you guys about that previously? It's like you have this little drone, and it's almost like Hungry Hippos, except you're launching your alien into the center, and if it gets on the ship, the ship actually it's a drone that actually takes off flying. So we had a pretty ball. Am I under the water?
No, I'm listening to you. Okay, I'm listening to you. Yeah,
but yeah, so we always like to interact with those board games. I don't personally think that my family would enjoy that Infinity table just because we get at the big table, right? And we're all gathered around, all of us, and we switch from cards and playing card games and things like that. So it just wouldn't fit in our dynamics. There would be no place really for us to put it and play it properly. So I think we would stick with the actual games. But I can see where these kids get so infatuated with those gadgets. They want to hold your phone and confiscate your phone. If you can send them to a device that they can't take in their room or take somewhere because it's too damn heavy, I think it has value in that spot. and you just go in your room when they can't take it with them.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to this product, you're really getting like the vanilla version of all the games, right? Like there's so many other, like if you look at Monopoly, there's like 1,000 versions of Monopoly. So see, Mike gets angry because he knows I'm right.
No, I don't know you're right, because you're gonna say this game called Batman Monopoly, and it's the best Monopoly ever because
they have that on the Infinity game table. They have Batman Monopoly.
Screw you, Nostalgia.
They have Batman Monopoly. Suck it, Nostalgia.
Yeah, well, my point is like just an example. We got my daughter this game for the Game of Life, Super Mario version, for Easter, and at first I was thinking it's just the Game of Life. And it's just going to be like Mario themed, but it's not. The rules are completely different. And when we got this thing out of the box, we got the papers and we looked through the manual and we're like, okay, this is like, it's branded as Game of Life, but it's not Game of Life. Like it's a completely different style of game. And then there's like spinning the dial to choose to find out how many spaces you're moving and to put the little pins in your character. All that stuff just adds to the experience. So like taking a game like this and throwing it on a screen and then it becoming the new standard for board games kind of makes me sad. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you ever play the Game of Life and you hit the space that says you just found out you have $400,000 worth of mold damage?
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
That is a really bad one. Yeah, that was really bad.
This is funny right here from Console Fanboy because when Scott Bacharach said, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. When he threw that out in the ether, now it's like anytime there's a flaw, it's like, you said you were going to do it right. Yeah. So that's pretty funny. Okay, let's catch up on a couple housekeeping items here, guys. For starters, big thanks. Stringer Films, $2. Was anyone drinking Bud Light? Asking for a friend. No, we were drinking. Girls were drinking wine. I was drinking either Michelob Ultra. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I gotta drink the low carb stuff. Or we got a Kilt Lifter, Scottsdale Blonde, that kind of stuff. A couple of Arizona beers that are just absolutely delicious. And then I think he did another super chat. Did he? Did he do two?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did another one.
Oh, I don't
Mike,
know.
what are you drinking?
Coffee. Are you
straight?
sure? The correct answer is bottle opener. Thanks for the $2. Don't remember what that one was about, but a couple of things. Also, when it comes to let me give you some feedback, guys. And guys, do me a favor, share your feedback in the live chat when you have company over. When you have company come over, do me a favor, guys. Tell me in the live chat right now, out of all the arcades, pinball machines, whether you have real stuff, whether you have toy stuff, because these are toys, or whether you have whatever you have, virtual, digital, real, what is the go-to? Which one does everyone go play? So, for instance, I was shocked. Like, I showed my buddy Nick the AtGames Legends Pinball, and I'm like, dude, I think it's cool. I got 160 games running off a USB stick. There's a PC underneath it. I could turn it on, and there is I have about like 300 VPX Future Pinball games that I've gotten set up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, dude, there's so many games on here to play. I love it. And when I've done mods to it to make it even better than what AtGames originally released. But check this out. He didn't want to play it at all. You know what he was playing? Star Wars Episode 1 pinball. The real pinball machine downstairs. He would rather play one real pinball game than a choice of nearly 500 virtual pinball games. You know what I mean?
You get it wrong. You get it wrong because you overwhelm them. Once you say all that, it's like,
I think that's what happened. I'm glad you said that. I think that's what happened. I told him, like, dude, like 400 or 500 games we could pick and choose. He's like, I don't like video game pinball. He's like, let's play the real machines downstairs. So then we go back downstairs and we play the real machines, right? The real machines. All right. Let's see what people are saying in the live chat. UAG says Blitz. David G says Retro Lizard House of the Dead. AtGames Legends Pinball. Turtles in Time from Frank. Wow, that chat is really, really moving. So these are the go-to machines. A bunch of Golden Tee Golfs. I see that. I can see Golden Tee Golf being a go-to game. People love Golden Tee Golf. Big Buck Hunter. Make sure you get that Big Buck Hunter marquee. Ain't that right, Michael B. the Game Genie? Let's see here. There's a lot in here. Man, it's really flying. Sorry, guys. It's going so fast. Well played, pinball. Nice, Adam. Nice.
Well played.
Yeah, that's too funny. Rebrand ourselves as the Super Pinball Dudes? Yeah, that'd be funny. All right, cool, man. So that's what's going on with that stuff. So I found that interesting. I forgot where I was going to go. I had one more thing. Oh wait, I put in the live chat here. I put a poll. Let me get this poll off the chat. I said, and I was hoping the people that answered this actually own the product. There are 51 votes, so it seems like a low number. We have a couple hundred people here, so it sounds like it's an accurate number. I said, if you own an Infinity game table, do you love it, play it all the time? Do you like it, play it rarely, or do you never touch it? Never touch it. 75%, Mike. 75% people never touch it. Like it, play it rarely, 16%, and then love it, play it all the time, 7%. I would be in the never touch it category, but when we did play it over the weekend, we had a blast. We had a really good time. It was really cool playing with 4 adults, and because I can't do that kind of experience all the time, maybe that's why I'm so down on that product. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why, Mike, how often do your littles touch it?
Not very much anymore. It's kind of the thing that when we do turn it on, we have a lot of fun with it, but we don't turn it on very often. I mainly use it as a stand for my Mandalorian's model scale warship. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's Beacon.
When does season 3 start? We're actually coming up on our season 2 finale in a couple of weeks, guys. In 2 weeks will be the season 2 finale, and then the big season 3 launch where everything changes once again, and we get the show back on track because it's really fallen to the wayside.
And stay tuned for season 2.9.
Yeah.
For 15 shows.
Yeah, remember we had like all those episodes in between the launch? We didn't want to leave people hanging. $2 again from... I swear to God, Stringer Films must have found like a stack of $2 bills. You know what I'm saying? I was amazed when he found out bourbon has no sugar. I honestly did not know that fact. So that's pretty cool. B-Kong agrees that it's a perfect stand for the Mando Razor Crest. Okay, we got a number of...
You can buy a table for like 1/8 of the price.
Nostalgia, why are you so down on the Infinity game table? You're a hater, bro.
Junk.
All right. Well, before we get into our main topics for tonight, guys, we want to talk about the Arcade1Up Fast and the Furious cabinet release. Yes, you've been beaten to death with the news this week.
I could do another 6 or 7 videos, I'm sure.
And we're going to put you out of your misery tonight, right? We're going to put you out of your misery tonight. We also want to talk about iiRcade releasing Operation Wolf. It's a good thing, but also a bad thing. And then also we want to talk about Nintendo Switch. There's some new online games. There's some pinball stuff we want to talk about. But first, I actually wanted to talk with Detroit Love because I was very excited that I sent Carl. If you guys remember, I bought New Wave Toys Dragon's Lair and the little mini 1/6 scale Replicade. I had an extra one because they sent me one for review. So I sent it to Carl. Carl received it a couple weeks ago, and I finally asked him what he thought about it. And Detroit Love, I would love to keep in mind, guys, Carl has never touched a New Wave Toys Replicade product before. Me, I love them. I'm infatuated with these little 1/6 scale bastards, but Carl's never touched one before. So Carl, tell us all about it, man. What did you think about it? Did it suck? Was it cool? Tell me all about it, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with this. Again, it's smaller than I like the what's the other guy? What's the other
Numbskull
quarter arcades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quarter arcades. I really like the size. I really like the size of the Numbskull. And this is much smaller, considerably smaller. But the level of detail, and I think they're both really detailed. But these guys just go a step further with their product. So I was really impressed with this. I'm not sure what I'm doing in this video, but I was just checking it out. I still hadn't done a video on it yet, but the thing is sweet. I didn't have to put my phone in there. The there either, so that was cool. I don't know if I could have found one of those old phones that was that tiny. But these guys go a step and above the Numbskull where you can hook up HDMI, you know what I mean? And actually add other controllers to it. So it's a totally different product than the Numbskull. I was really impressed with it. So I'll get my video out here at some point in time. But I appreciate you sending this to me because I really couldn't get what you guys are talking about, from just watching the video. But this
are you one of us
very
now?
well done.
One of us.
I will say this. whether it's on my iArcade or this miniature thing, I still suck with the game. I still suck with the game. You know, my brain just won't remember the proper steps to avoid it.
It's all just memorization, bro. Did you not play Parappa the Rappa on the PlayStation 1?
Mm-hmm.
Punch, kick, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach you are sure to beat you, but nevertheless, you get a lesson from Beach now.
That was going to be my choice for Game of the Week this week, actually.
Carl, did you see MG's comment about the it has a battery? It's rechargeable battery, bro. You love that. That's your thing.
Yeah. Big miss on the countercade from Arcade1Up.
How many of you in the live chat saw Detroit Loves Countercade battery mod videos? They're incredible. If you own an Arcade1Up Countercade and haven't done the battery mod yet, you better go over to his channel.
I'm bringing it to Cleveland. Because you guys just don't get it. Just like this, I couldn't get it until I saw it. So I'm bringing it to Cleveland for sure. Only if Nostalgia comes, though. If he doesn't come, I'm going to bring my numbskull.
Oh, the breaking news, guys. Chris Zeke is going to sell the Catalina White Mixer. We're talking the Defender Partycade. One of the best Arcade1Up products ever released. He's going to sell it and put that money towards Fast and the Furious. Ladies and gentlemen in the live chat, is Chris Zeke making the wrong decision? Let us know. What about you, Nostalgia? Is he making the wrong choice?
Yes. Well, yes. I think so.
What about you, Mike?
Man, I would hold on to that like grim death because that may be one of the best things Arcade1Up ever made. I've never got a chance to buy one. It drives me nuts.
Yep. A lot of people have done Carl's mod in the video. Thanks so much for sharing that, guys. Dr. Funk thinks you're making the bad decision there, Chris. I sold the Defender Partycade literally due to the fact that I had no place to hang it. I had no place to put it. It was sitting on the floor of my loft. I kept trying to find places. Hung it on the bedroom door. The wife hated it. So eventually, like the bedroom door on the outside that faces the loft, and the wife hated it. So you know what? I said, screw it. I'm going to sell it. So I sold it. But I do miss it. I think it was a great product from Arcade1Up. I think it was a great product. It wasn't perfect, but it was great. Go ahead, man.
I believe Carl has a question.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll have a statement. I would say this. If you have done the battery mod to that Partycade, you would have had a lot more places to put this thing. You can't put that thing on a door and have cords hanging from it. Whereas you don't even have electrical cords near a door. Stop playing with Arcade1Up. You know, it's like, get it right. Put a damn battery in the thing.
See, Carl, what you need to do is you need to create another video showing people how to do it, but you need to include a wireless charge station in it as well. So that way, when it's out of charge, they just grab it, dump it on a wireless charge station, get it fully juiced up, and then put it back. None of this take out the back and plug in the battery that you have in there to charge it. You got to get in with those wireless chargers.
Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, that Defender Partycade should have been a 3/4 scale cabinet. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah,
with that control panel, with that control setup. Yes.
Yeah, and that game lineup
with all those buttons, you got to have some real estate on that.
It's a shame with Defender being the iconic arcade title it is. It's never got a proper release from Arcade1Up.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's a difficult game for me because of all the options. I never remember which buttons to warp or whatever. But I would definitely need more real estate than that Partycade can provide. For my hands.
Oh, sorry.
My buddy in Chicago, Greg Branch, that was the cabinet he was waiting for, and he was so glad that it was available and at the price that it was. So,
yeah, man, good stuff. All right, hey, Michael B, what do you want to chat about? All these topics you picked for tonight.
No, I did so much work. I put together the thumbnail. I set up the show. I got these topics together. I think we start with iArcade. iArcade actually had a pretty interesting day. They released Operation Wolf finally with the light guns. You said some good and some bad. So I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit intrigued to hear from you what the bad is. So anyways, let's start with iArcade and Operation Wolf.
We'll start with iArcade? Okay, cool. All right, well, tell me about it, Mike.
iArcade released Operation Wolf today. There were three people with advanced copies of the game. Myself,
three people.
Glenn Planamento, and Patrick. And 2 of us released review videos because we're good soldiers, and Patrick is MIA.
First off, let me just say this, man. I am so behind on stuff; it's ridiculous. As people know, I haven't done very much content lately. Yesterday's video that I did, just talking about Fast and Furious, was like first video in like 11, 12 days. You know what I mean? So I will get to it. Hopefully soon. But hopefully soon.
Yeah, and I don't want to tax you too much, but so far the experience and most of the feedback that people in the community are giving, the experience with the Sinden Light Guns is pretty good. In my video, I focused on maybe some of the concerns I had. Like, one concern everybody had was playing a Sinden Light Gun game on a slanted cabinet. So where the screen is not vertical and it's on the 45, there was some concern about the input and stuff like that. I found out that because of the slanted screen, I was getting light coming down from the top of my light, which was impacting my gameplay. So I found it was better to play in a dark room. That was a much better experience. The only negative I will say is that my, I guess you call them crosshairs, were a little bit jumpy on screen.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's an indication of it just not being like, when you play on the Arcade1Up Terminator 2, I mean, that's a steady crosshair. You can see it at all times. For some reason, the crosshair on this is a little jumpy. So I don't know why that is. Maybe I got a shaky hand. Who knows? And I was.
Are you nervous, Mike? Do you find yourself nervous, anxious at times?
It depends. How many pretty ladies are around?
Well, Mike, what are you aiming at? It looks like you're like pointing down. Is the arcade machine that low for you?
What?
Look at your video.
Yeah.
It looks like you're pointing like on an angle downwards.
Yes, it's because the camera is on an angle downwards.
Looks like it's... Never mind. All right, carry on.
Anyways, the experience is pretty good, other than the shaky crosshairs. I thought there was some issues with setting my cabinet up. Turns out I'm an idiot and just didn't know what the buttons were, so I was using the wrong buttons. Other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good experience so far. Operation Wolf's a hard game. You can't just quarter through it like you can with so many other games where you just pump in a load of lives to just continue. I mean, you have to do the stage over. So there is some complexity to it that will get you coming back and trying to get better the more you play. Other than that, I don't have too much more to say. This is still playable on the original iArcade with the joystick, but your experience is going to be significantly different.
Yeah, so I would echo the exact same sentiments about the gameplay experience and performance. My concern is the fact that how many people are actually going to enjoy this game. When you play this on just joystick and buttons on an original standard iArcade arcade cabinet, experience is not going to be as good as those who are lucky enough to have the gold cabs and have also spent the extra money on Sinden Light Guns, right? Like, the experience is going to be totally different, not as fun, not as exciting. Now, if iArcade at least did the swappable control panels with the trackball, like you could play this game on the AtGames Legends Ultimate with a trackball, have a blast. You know what I mean? Like it works pretty well. You'd prefer to have a gun, but it works with a trackball. And you don't even have that on the gold. So it's really cool for only a certain subset of people who actually bought the guns and also bought the gold caps. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it sad. You know what I mean? That's like the negative aspect of it is a company releases something that's really cool, but not that many people have access to it. And sure enough, there are no gold cabinets out there to purchase. There are no gold cabinets available.
We've got an update on that as well.
What do you got for me?
So I actually watched all the game days live today, and it was actually a really good show. We actually got the return of John. John came back from the dead, and he showed up on the show, so it was great to see him again. And he was answering questions in the chat. And one of the questions that did come up was, in fact, iArcade Gold Editions, when are you going to make more? And what was kind of a shock to everybody was they just openly came out and said there's no plans right now to make more iArcade Gold Editions. Now, they didn't say that there wasn't going to be more in the future, but right now, there's nothing on the docket. So what's out there is what's out there. People that are waiting to buy a new one, there's no timeline on when the new ones are going to be available. So I found that really interesting. But then they did throw this caveat out there that I'm really intrigued by and confused by. They said, we're working on bigger things. And I was like, what does that mean? What does bigger things mean? So I was like, iiRcade? Like, no, I'm not saying there's no more gold editions, just no more yet. They don't have a release schedule for it. So they said they were working on something bigger, and a lot of people threw out stuff in the chat like, what about a home console? What about a portable? And they said, no, it's neither of those. So I'm completely at a loss at what it could be. I mean, it's not going to be an iiRcade Platinum. It's not going to be, virtual reality. I don't know what they can mean by bigger and better things.
Any guesses, Nostalgia?
Maybe he's going to make... I couldn't tell you. I was just going to try to think of something witty, but I got nothing.
I actually do know what it is, Nostalgia. You'll be really excited about this. It's the Infinity game table.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we're going to actually get some games, some titles that will make all that moot. All the people that have the cabinets can now buy some incredible games. Maybe that's what the big things are coming. Some AAA game titles.
I think that's
what
really
else
weird.
could be?
I think that's really weird to say. Like, did they say they're making more standard edition cabinets? I missed the stream today.
No, I made sure to ask that question as well. And no, they're going to sell the standard edition cabinets they have yet. Right now, they're saying that there is no current production run planned for any cabinets right now at this point. That's not to say they're not making more, but they're working on other things. And they explain that the iiRcade itself is a lot like a lot of the consoles. You remember back in the day, like you could buy a Super Nintendo for like $100. Super Nintendo cost a lot more to make than $100. They would sell it as a loss leader, and then they would make their monies back on selling the software for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's the exact same thing they explained with iiRcade today. They were like, you know what, we're selling this at it. We're like, we're bleeding money. So right now there's no plans to release any new ones, but there will be in the future. We're working on something bigger and better. So,
which means they have to be releasing some AAA games that will get everybody else to buy some more games.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a hardware thing they're working on, it has to be something significant in terms of software. So,
I think they're going to do like an online streaming platform.
I don't know. How well did that work out for PiePacker? How well, how well does that work?
PiePacker did a really stupid thing by allowing you to upload your own games.
Yeah, PiePacker failed. Luna, I have that Luna. Well, I had the Luna. I canceled. The Luna was just a bad experience.
That was Amazon's version?
Yeah, that was the Amazon. The controller, I really like the controller. The controller that they released that you could buy off Amazon, the little Luna video game controller for your TV. But the streaming experience wasn't that great. And keep in mind, guys, I've upgraded my internet big time here at the house. So it's not like it wasn't me, you know what I mean? Like, it's not you, it's me. That's sometimes the excuse. You have bad internet. That's why you have a bad experience. So, Luna, what was the other one? What's the other streaming one?
Google Stadia.
Stadia by Google.
Stadia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that failed miserably.
Game Pass still has a streaming service.
Yeah.
PlayStation does as well.
Yeah.
Well, we will have to see what's going to happen. Hey, guys, if an ad played a couple of minutes ago, my apologies for that. Michael B set up the stream, and he wants to capitalize on every penny possible. And he turned on ads during the stream.
It was actually set up as an automatic thing done. Like when I went in, monetization was already automatically set up for Super Game Room dudes.
Mike, quit making excuses. We gotta take our cash to the bank. We gotta go. I
gotta tell you this. So last night I was doing my stream, and JJ, who you might know from the community, he actually wrote on my show last night. He was like, did you put ads on your live stream, mid-roll ads or whatever it was? And I was like, JJ, let me tell you something. If I could, I would come to your house in your sleep and put ads in your dreams. If I could. So the other thing that they did clarify, and I'm glad they brought it up, like there was a couple things. I think iArcade did a good job listening to the community. I did a lot of complaining on this show last week that we haven't seen Jong in a very long time.
Yep.
And it's not seeing Jong and that loss of the sense of community that has kind of sparked like some of these rumors. And they did also state on the show, for everybody saying iArcade's going under right now, no, iArcade is not going under. There's no intention right now to close up shop. Jung's not working on his next project or anything like that. Do not take it that way. They're working on something bigger and better. So I took it as a sense that, while I'm concerned that they're not making any more new cabinets, it is a sign that they are moving forward, and it's not like the company is, on the outs or in trouble or anything like that. I just think that right now, let's call a spade too. How many people are buying these cabinets? If they're going to do a huge production run on iArcade Gold, how much more are they actually going to grow the user base? How much demand is there for the cabinets? That's what I don't know. Maybe their user base right now, in terms of buying a $1,000 US arcade, is maxed out. There might be a couple people saying, I'm sad I missed out, but is it enough to do a full production run?
Right. And on top of that, we've all been experiencing supply chain issues, increased costs for all the components. So for a smaller company like Arcade, it definitely hits them harder than other companies, for the simple fact that they have to pay more for anything that they have to deal with. So that's just a reality of the current state of the market.
Yeah. With what Michael's describing, now I'll have to go back this weekend and listen to their stream or something, but it really sounds like they're giving up on the arcades. That, from what you're describing, like if they're not building more, not making more, not giving people like, hey, if you're interested in this product, more's on the way. Like that's what I would say if I had more in development. It really sounds like they're flipping the script. What if they're switching? If they are going to do a console, a handheld, or let's just say a streaming service using the library games that they already have licenses for, why would you just reveal it right now? You know what I mean? Of course they're going to say no, and then they're going to come back months later and say, hey guys, here's the future of this company. We're doing XYZ product, right? So to me, from what you guys are describing, it sounds to me like they might be moving away from arcades into something else. So we'll have to, maybe we should reach out to them and try and get a little more clarity, right? Try and get a little more
going
clarity.
Into the hot tub business.
Hot tub
Hot tub
business. There you
dubs.
go. Yeah. Yep.
I mean that's an interesting thought pattern. If you look at just the progression of arcades, we had arcades, all the arcades we love. We wanted to get those at home, right? And we moved to a console base. But the console market with Microsoft and Sony is just it's a tough thing to compete against, especially for a small company like iArcade to go into console. I couldn't see that happening and being feasible to even attempt to. With the big guys in that market, I think they would jump out of the frying pan into the fire from the cabinet sales to consoles for sure. I don't see how they could be successful with that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing a lot of speculating now.
Yeah,
we don't know what.
Yeah,
they're
we-
doing.
That definitely
have
wouldn't
no
be the way to go
verifiable.
in my book.
Yeah,
That
it's
would
just
be-
I was really hoping, because so many people were saying that there's these rumors out there. I don't know where they're coming from, that the company's going under, and like people are throwing it all over Reddit and just foolishness. That if they could say, here's our production run of new cabinets, that would quell some of that. So I was a little surprised to find out today that there is no production run planned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but to repeat your own words, you're saying that they're selling at a loss what they're already making.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that they already are under, and they obviously got to get more revenue, of more income coming in to be able to do whatever they're doing. Again, it's a tough challenge for the size of their company in this very competitive market. They have a huge hill ahead of them, regardless of what they do.
Yeah.
But again, I hope they are able to make it. I hope they can continue in the market, but it's tougher for them than any other player here. Maybe a well played is out of it, but
Well
Yeah.
played.
So I do want to clarify this. He heard a rumor that Michael B is sneaking in your bedroom and watching you sleep. That's not a rumor. That's the God's honest truth. I'm the Sandman.
All right, so Hermano, I noticed Hermano's been going into a lot of live streams throwing this question around, and we appreciate the tenacity. But my friend, if a bill of ladling on a import receipt doesn't give a description of an item, like nobody knows. I don't know what this is. So he's saying, can we talk about the cabs that came through port on the 14th? They were labeled Arcade1Up games and weighed 62 pounds. Are they casino cades, riserless Walmart stock? I have no clue myself, my friend. I think a lot of their arcade cabinets, like for instance, I think Ridge Racer only weighs like 68 pounds or something like that.
Yeah,
so
not
not
like Fast and Furious to me.
Fast and the Furious only weighs 68 pounds. That's
Right.
right. So, what's funny too is when I was watching, we'll talk about this when we talk about Fast and Furious, but I was watching one of their videos. You see when the little kid was playing, the cabinet was wobbling a bit. Did you see that? If you caught it, it was real quick. These cabinets are very light. They're going to wobble, but it could have been anything, my friend. Unless the bill of ladling actually says what it is, we don't know what it is, but it's not like it's some secret surprise. So. Qbert Deluxe. A man can dream. A man can dream. Maybe it's the Mortal Kombat 4 cabinets everyone's been waiting for. Wouldn't that be great? That would be awesome.
More than likely, this is a easy question to answer. David McIntosh said there's going to be more stock coming in for the other retailers within 45 days of, I think it was like Arcade1Up episode 2, Arcade1 Update episode 2, which was roughly about 45 days ago. So more than likely, this might be just some more stock going out to the other stores. We know that Walmart is going to be getting a lot of the, I don't want to use the term that I heard for it, but they're going to be getting some of the classic cabs, the riserless cabs that are smaller to the ground, the light up marquee, the cheaper cabs, $299, $349 jobs. So it might be that. Could be the casino cades. We don't know.
Yeah. So moving on to AtGames. AtGames is probably going to be really quick, and then we're going to dive a little bit deep into Arcade1Up and Nintendo and stuff like that. But what did AtGames do? Let's take a look. Mike, every week we get this exciting promo video. Let's take a look. Why is it in portrait mode?
You're too short, bro.
All right. Go get your 5 new games that got added to ArcadeNet. Go play those games online with a friend. We got $5 from Endless One Up, who, by the way, if you guys are looking for content on the Steam Deck, you got to head over to Endless One Up's channel. $5. iiRcade is going to get into the golf cart business now, and they will have nice drink coolers built into the carts with 20-inch rims. That actually sounds pretty fun.
Don't undersell Endless One Up, because that's not the only information you can get from them. If you have questions about wood quality, also the guy to go to.
Is it made of wood? Cut it out. Okay. Anything else going on with AtGames that I missed?
Well, they have a sale going on right now, but I mean, we covered that kind of last week. So I think it's up to 40% off on certain items,
and as low as 6%.
Oh, I think it might go lower. So, anyways,
on sale.
Yeah, we can throw a link up in the description after the show if anybody wants to go check it out.
Yeah. Shit's on sale. Go to atgames.us and spend some money. There you go. Why does Super Game Room Dudes do shorts? We Nostalgia loves doing the shorts. We love doing the shorts, and
I can answer this question really easily. The people on this side of the screen are all mature adults. He's a grizzled millennial. He's like shorts of the future, brah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Jay Wagner released a good Pinball FX guide for the AtGames Legends Pinball, so you guys could check that out if you're trying to get your Pinball FX games up and running on that.
I think
cabinet.
he's actually talking about Wagoners. Different YouTuber.
Different. Must be a different YouTuber, Wagner's. I need to tinker with it. I saw some people saying that they're having some really bad control latency when it comes to using joy-to-key. I think John Wagner said he messaged me. He goes, "Have you tried XPadder yet?" I told him not yet. I use XPadder for running CoinOps vertical PC builds, but I never tried using XPadder for running pinball. I always use just joy-to-key, right? So, and then some people have been mapping the controls directly in Steam, things like that. There's like 3 ways to do something. So probably going to have to test and see which one you like the best, that kind of thing. Wagoners is great. Oregon Trail tutorials. Jason, you might win the live chat tonight. Well played, my friend. Well played. Anything else going on with AtGames? I don't think there is. It's been pretty quiet over there. Pretty quiet.
No, I think that's about it. There's also an update for the BitPixel. Let me go back here. Someone put it in the chat. BitPixel update snafu is fixed now. T Slayer says.
What was the snafu?
I'm not 100% sure, but I have an issue with my Bit LCD where because my Bit LCD is in, when I turn on my console, my controls don't work, and I got to hold down player 2 for 5 seconds to get the controls to work. So I don't know, some kind of mix up there. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Big shout out to Dan Z for reminding us that the New Wave Toys Space Ace started shipping this week. In fact, I got my email today. Thanks for the reminder that the unit that I pre-ordered has shipped, and I got a tracking number. Should get it hopefully by Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. So that's pretty exciting as well, guys. So if you're waiting for your Space Ace, you know who I saw did a review on it? Metal Jesus Rocks. Did you see his video?
No.
It was adorable. Go watch his video.
No, don't tell me what to do.
He's got like his arms on the cabinets. He's looking all sweet. It's kind of funny.
I'll watch who I want to. Nobody in this community will tell me who to watch.
Okay. All right, man. Calm down.
Next thing you'll be telling me to watch Nostalgia.
Just like I do Dragon Slayer. So.
All right. Before we get to Arcade1Up, Mike, you want to tell me a little bit about Sega? Carl, did you have the Sega video? I don't see it.
I put it in the chat there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I put the Twitter, and then it links to the video.
Is that Nintendo?
Yeah, that's a Nintendo tweet.
Yeah, I got that one. Right there.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this.
You want to turn the volume off. Nintendo will come for you, bro.
It's too late now.
Oh, please.
Now.
That was like
that
2
5
seconds.
We're done.
It was 2 seconds. All right. What got added? We got what, Mike?
Flicky.
Get the flick out of here.
No, but for
outta
classic
here.
arcade fans, you guys might dig Flicky. This is an early Sega Genesis game. It is pretty fun. But
It kind of looks like an old arcade game, doesn't it? The way it's set up.
I like this
anyways,
on Arcade,
it's going to get much better from here. Keep watching.
All right. We got Flicky, ladies and gentlemen. Get hyped. Nintendo Switch Online.
Kid Chameleon. Oh,
there you
yeah.
Kid Chameleon. There you go.
This is an awesome game, actually, if you've never played it. It's basically like Kirby, except you're just like a teenager with attitude. You know, it was the 90s, right?
Everybody had attitude then.
Everybody had attitude, even when they shouldn't have. Like that Noid. Oh, man, that son of a bitch.
Okay. We got live chat. Nooner likes Flicky. Hazo likes Flicky. Endless One Up is a fan of a Kid Chameleon. Pulseman.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy until they release Shakan the Forever Man. I'm still holding out for that. But Pulseman, I'm not familiar with Pulseman. I don't think that game was released in the US. And then, of course, we've got Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition. This is the version of Street Fighter 2 I had growing up. I loved it. This is a great version of Street Fighter 2.
Are we going to get an online tournament in this community of this version of Street Fighter?
I'll play people online in this, that's for sure.
That would be kind of funny. Fighting game channels, if you're out there, set up this tournament. Got some interest.
So it's amazing because this is a Nintendo console, And arguably the best online library that they have is the Sega
It's the
Genesis.
Sega one.
But like every time like we get one N64 game, we've got like one Super Nintendo game and one NES game in the last year.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis 4 every time. And they're all really good.
Yeah. Sounds like we need to speed things up, Mike. And if there's one thing that will really accelerate this podcast show, it's going to be Arcade1Up's Fast and the Furious.
This is our newest edition, the Fast and the Furious Arcade.
I feel like they cut out.
So this actually has 2 different games on it, both Fast and Furious and Fast and Furious Drift, along with 18 total tracks. We've really put a lot of design into the authenticity of the wheels, as well as a gear shifter and real feel pedals.
So this looks like a one-player machine. Is there a way to play against your friends?
There's actually multiple.
Real feel pedals.
So what's really exciting is this, like all of our machines, has Wi-Fi
if you got in the
compatibility.
car and you put your foot down on the gas or the brake and it felt like an Arcade1Up pedal set, we'd get out of the car and be like, that's a death trap.
Man, I just got out of my Toyota. I felt like I was driving an Arcade1Up Outrun cabinet.
They made an error in there. It says, can you play with more people? It's like, yeah, there's multiple ways. And I'll just tell you about one because there's only one way. And that's link up.
No. There is multiple ways to link the cabs. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Charlie Chuck thinks that video is funny. It was cheesy. I don't mind the cheesy videos from Arcade1Up. They're kind of funny. We got a super sticker here from Cyber Siles. He gave us the Vibes super sticker. So thanks so much for the sticker in the live chat. Greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. How many of you out there? I want to know in the live chat. Did you pre-order the Fast and Furious? Let us know. What about this panel? Nostalgia. You got one on the way?
No, you've asked me that I think a few weeks ago, and I give you a very strong
Well,
no.
now that we have the full reveal, the information is official. We got all the specs.
Yeah, you got FOMO.
Unlike Mike, I'm not weak in the knees, and I don't fall for that FOMO nonsense. I said no, and I mean that.
To be honest, me and Nostalgia can't buy one, and we might never be able to because it's not coming to Canada.
Just because you don't have connections doesn't mean that I don't.
I know you can do it, but right now it's only available through bestbuy.com. So you'd have to order it to a US residence and then use Shipsy to get it over. But here in Newfoundland, I can't do that.
I don't have to I can do other things, but maybe I'll do that just so that way I can say, Mike, I've got one and you don't.
That's fine.
Okay. I actually don't want this game.
So I put a poll in the live chat. I said, did you pre-order Fast and the Furious? The answers are yes. I put in a pre-order within the last couple of days, or no, I didn't purchase it and probably have no intention on ever buying it. And I will buy it at a later date for those people who know to wait until pre-orders are over. And, in a couple months, they'll probably be on sale. We're assuming Father's Day, we might see a sale, as well as maybe later in the year around, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. And obviously, when these things hit the secondhand market, you'll be able to get them at cheaper as well. So the question is yes, no, or I'll get it later when it's cheaper, that kind of thing. So put your answers in the live chat. Thanks for sharing nostalgia. Carl, what about you? Are we going to get some vroom vroom action?
I don't have a driving cab in the arcade. I would love to have one. This looks pretty nice. It's not a game I played before. But to me, it looked adequate. But, my wife told me I can't buy anything. And the tax man kicked my ass this week. So I told my wife I can't buy anything. I can't even buy lunch for a while,
It looked adequate. That's what I say to my wife all the time. She's like, you ready to do this? And I'm like, oh, yeah, baby, you look adequate.
And you should.
Now, Michael B., I remember you telling me earlier this week, this cabinet's not available in Canada, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I want to know why. I was like, why?
We don't have a straight answer right now, but obviously the Brick, who's very connected through the Canadian Arcade1Up fan page, identified earlier this week, they're not getting it. So then people started to come up with rumors, it's going to be a Best Buy exclusive. So I reached out to Arcade1Up and they confirmed there are no current plans to bring this to Canada at any time. So I don't know what's happening. Hopefully eventually it'll come through, but there seems to be some kind of issue with maybe the distributor here in Canada right now and Arcade1Up. So we don't have stuff coming in on time and sometimes ever. And this is not the first time this happened. We didn't get the Star Wars re-release either. So
Interesting. So I myself did not pre-order this one, and I'm probably not going to get it. If I ever did buy it in the future, I would probably wait for like a cheaper price in the future. But then again, I do think that the MSRP on this one is okay. I'm not going to complain that this is a $600 cabinet.
yeah.
But
I think it's kind of
right. It doesn't have a stool.
No stool. I mean, I think it's kind of fair for what you're getting. I mean, it would have been cool if I saw some people saying during the week, if the whole concept or the big sales push is the fact that you can link cabs together, why not have Best Buy say pre-order today, but instead of it being like buy one for 600, maybe buy two for 1,000. You know what I mean? Like 500 each. Like give people a little discount. You know what I mean? Like knock some money off. Sell multiple cabinets if you're really trying to sell multiple cabinets. Get a deal going. I didn't see that. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people buy one now or shortly, and then later on they're picking them up for $200-300 secondhand. You know what I mean? And now they can finally link cabinets together, right?
Or Sam's Club can release them at half the price and allow you to buy two.
Yeah, I've thought a lot about this, and I don't think the intention is really for them to sell multiples right now. I think they just wanted a way to offer multiplayer on these cabs, and online's the dream. It's just they can't do it with the chipsets they have. They're just, they've got an underpowered chipset. It's too resource heavy to do racing. They can't do it. So they wanted to offer multiplayer. This is an option. And, options aren't terrible. We're no worse off than we were with Ridge Racer, except now you have the ability to link cabs. Now, I'm going to be honest. Whenever I hear of home arcades and linking, I scoff a little bit. You remember when iiRcade mentioned they had games with like LAN capabilities. I was like, who's going to buy like 4 iiRcades or 2 iiRcades? So I kind of, my buddy has like 15, 16. But I kind of laughed at that a little bit. But at the same time, with this one, it's a little bit different. Like I talked about, if you go over to somebody's house and you see someone with a San Francisco Rush original arcade, they usually don't have one. They usually have 2. So, I mean, linking arcade cabinets is a big thing in arcade collecting. So just having the option is nice. I don't think it's a real massive sales tactic so much as they just wanted to provide the option. And from what Travis told me last night, this wasn't necessarily initiated by Arcade1Up. This was actually initiated by Raw Thrills. Raw Thrills actually developed the linking technology. So it's not even Arcade1Up's technology. So it's not like Arcade1Up can do a next cab and just put the link technology on it. Apparently that's Raw Thrills technology.
Well, it's always cool when you hear that the original game designers are involved. You know what I mean? Because they want to be proud of their intellectual property, their product. So maybe that means it's good. I don't know. We'll have to get our hands on it. The footage we've seen didn't really, show too much, but I guess now I missed everything that happened last night. I was there in the morning. I saw the stream and then, did my own little video. Hey, this stuff's coming out. And everyone else did videos. But then Travis came on. He gave you that nugget of info. But wasn't there some more stuff? Like, did anything else come out that we didn't hear during the first stream, Mike?
And was there a demo of the actual play with 2 cabinets linked together?
Yeah, give me a second here. My screens are going nuts and everything just went dark. So I'm trying to get everything back on. But I have actually got a video I could share with you that I showed last night.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
So let me see if I can bring that up here.
Because I know there were a couple streams last night. I missed them. So would love to know what other information came out later. So,
and I am having some problems here.
Bo says the game looked good. His concern is the frame rate. They did say that this is 30 frames per second, and they said it was like 480p, but it's upscaled to 1080p. Nostalgia, what do you think about that?
I mean, if it plays like the original, then that's all you need. Yeah,
it's all good.
I saw this a few days ago, whenever the first time it was revealed, and to be honest, I think it actually looks good. They did a good job with it. The gear shifter is nice. It looks good. I don't know how it's going to feel, but if it works as well as it looks like it's going to work, I think it'll be a fairly good experience. And the price point, I was really surprised. I thought they would go with like a $649, $699, but $599 I think is, for what you're getting on a brand new release, I think it's actually really reasonable. And the machine itself, if it was not Fast and the Furious, I'd say it was a home run. It's just not an IP I'm interested in. But like all the other pieces fit. So,
all right, guys. I will.
No, you're not going to touch the ads. You guys got to stop complaining about it. Do you think Arby's is free? Do you think Detroit Love just can eat whatever he wants? He just told you he had bad problems with his taxes. He can't even buy lunch, and you're going to take this away from Detroit Love? You animals.
Mike, you're the best. All right, so wait, before you play it, I just wanted to say, so I did a little Facebook post on my Facebook page earlier because I slept on it. I thought about it overnight, and I was like, do I want to get it? Because actually, a lot of the stuff they showed and talked about looked interesting to me. And keep in mind, guys, this is the game that I always told you. I walk past this in the arcades. Like I go up to, up to like the Arizona Mills Mall. They got Fast and Furious in there. Walk right past it, and I go play Sega Rally. God, I wish they would do Sega Rally. You know what I mean? I love Sega Rally, and all the other racing games there. I really don't. Not a big fan, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. You know, picked up the Wii version. Wii version's kind of fun actually, but still, the point is I also have these multi-cade racers here, right? I got. So it's like I was like, I already got these racing cabinets. They have on these games. I need to buy another cabinet? Makes it redundant kind of thing. I just want you to know, Mike, that if I didn't own that stuff, I probably, and that's why I said on Facebook earlier today, I probably would pre-order this one. But since I have these multi-cades, I'm not going to. But if I didn't own those, I would do it. So I don't want people going out there, oh my God, P-Dubs is boycotting Fast and the Furious. No, I'm not boycotting Fast and the Furious. I just don't need to buy it because I have the multi-cade racers.
Yeah. Are you telling people not to buy it, P-Dubs? Are you boycotting the Fast
If I
and the
didn't
Furious?
own them, if I didn't own those multi-cades, I would probably pick this up. I think it looks kind of cool.
Mike,
Mike,
do you hear this?
Be mad at me if you want. I think it looks kind of cool. I like what they presented. I thought it looked fun.
The audacity of this guy to come on our collective live stream and potentially try to boycott a product?
No, I'm not. I'm not. You're stupid. You're stupid. Mike, do you have the video ready or not?
But I did want to comment on Nostalgia. He announced that he's creating his own game called The Fats and the Furriest.
We'll all be in it.
Yeah, I'm ready to go with the video here now. So actually, Travis and both Travis and John sent this to me last night. They wanted to show off exclusive footage. I've got to just preface this a little bit. I've said a couple times, I've never played this either. Like UP-Dubs, if I ever saw it, I passed by it. Not because it's a bad game, just because.
Did you pass by it to play Sega Rally?
No, I just passed by it because I'm not a fan of the movie franchise. I never liked Fast and the Furious. But Nostalgia told me once it's a Cruisin' clone. Other people have told me that it's actually an evolution of Cruisin'. This is what Cruisin' kind of evolved into. So take a look at the gameplay and decide for yourself. I actually think it looks pretty good.
No audio.
There's no audio?
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's no audio.
Yeah,
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're gonna redo this, okay?
This just in: Mike B hates family.
Well, you guys saw my driving skills when we played Mario Kart, right? So I'm not very good at driving games.
Oh, I hear audio now.
I mean, like, it's bright, it's stupid. Your race hits all the targets for me.
Yep.
That's really bright.
Yeah. Super colorful. People were complaining about the graphics, but I think they're forgetting what time frame this came out in. This was into the N64, early PlayStation 2. So, I mean, we weren't that advanced back then.
And then license is fire.
Yeah.
It looks good to me.
Yeah.
Can I put D-Love on mine?
Mike got some bad feedback going on.
I think that this game is
Now this is always on time. iiRcade.
I had to mute it, Mike. We got too big of an echo. All right, guys, in the live chat, what do you think? This is it. This is Fast and the Furious. What do you guys think? Let us know in the live chat. It looks okay, you know. I mean, do you remember, Mike? You're muted.
Yeah, it looks adequate.
Mike, you're muted. Mike, I unmuted you. Sorry, Mike. God, do you remember when Cruisin' came out on the Switch? What was that? Was that 2 years ago? Was it that long ago? Or was that last year?
Just
Mike, stop muting
3
yourself.
years ago.
Mike, you're muted again.
Yeah, I'm going to take that off the screen. This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike. It was good while it lasted.
So anyways, Cruisin' Blast came out, I want to say like a year and a half ago, and Cruisin' Blast was a blast. While most people are waiting for Cruisin' to come to Arcade1Up, it is a Raw Thrills property, but it's partially owned by Nintendo. So that's why Cruisin' Blast only came to the Nintendo Switch. It wasn't released on any other consoles because it's a Nintendo game, guys. So I don't know if Arcade1Up can ever get it. Maybe, hopefully, this partnership with Raw Thrills that they currently have can help assist them get in the door with Nintendo, because I tell you, I would love a Cruisin' Arcade1Up done well.
Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
I do want Donkey Kong.
That's what it is.
A lot of great
Kang.
a lot of great feedback in the live chat from everyone. Some saying it looks good, some say it sucks. I mean, that's typical. Everyone's got their own what is it called? Flavor. Everyone to each his own. I
got a flavor saver.
It's interesting because you're sitting here wanting to boycott the game.
Oh, I did not.
I heard it with my own ears.
No,
Said it right on our live stream.
No, I did not say that.
We got 200
did not say that.
witnesses.
Jim says it looks great. He only has room for one more cabinet, and it's not going to be Fast and Furious. Jim, which cabinet would it be? If it got announced, you'd buy it, fill up your last spot in your game room, buddy. Let us know in the live chat. Which one would it be?
Oh, Crazy Taxi.
That's actually great. That's actually a great thing to get the whole chat involved in. Guys, let's say some of you have a lot of room still, but let's say you have space for one space left. After that, it's over. You can't buy anything new unless you get rid of something. You have one space left. What are you going to put in that spot if it got announced, if it got released? Or if it's already been announced and you're just waiting for it to be up for pre-order, like, 4K pinball machines, blah, blah, blah. But you got one spot left. What's it going to be? What about you guys here? Carl, what would be? You got one spot left. What's it going to be?
It would be Attack from Mars 2.0.
Attack from Mars 2.0. What about you, Nostalgia?
I think it's going to have to be Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi. I know you love Crazy Taxi.
I really like
Crazy
Taxi.
Yeah. Michael B., you got one spot left. Is it Robotron?
It's Robotron.
Nothing else matters?
No.
All right. Yeah.
For Soul Calibur would be really cool too, actually.
Yeah.
You dirty millennial.
Soul Calibur is a bomb-ass game.
I'm not saying it's not.
Are you guys reading the column over there? You guys see
Tekken out there.
A lot of great.
Tekken? Yeah, I saw Tekken a few times.
I saw Tekken. I saw Multi-cade, Super Sprint.
Ain't nobody want to have garbage.
My heart goes out to everyone wishing for Cubert. I mean, look at Jim. ALP or 4K Cubert. ALP 4K or Cubert. I'm sorry, not 4K Cubert. Power Stone. There you go. I haven't heard anyone mention Power Stone in a while. There you go. Virtua Fighter all the way. I like Virtua Fighter. I do. I like that.
Never was really a big fan of Virtua Fighter.
Yeah. War Gods, Smash TV. I like Smash TV more than Robotron. Mike and I can fight about that off air. Right, Mike?
I want a Battle Zone.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Cammy from all the way south of Australia, south of New Zealand. Cammy is as far south as you could possibly get before you end up in the frozen tundra of Antarctica. Cammy from all the way across the world says if she only had one spot left, she would want Street Fighter Alpha Trilogy. There you go.
Nobody wants Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur's a cool game. I like Soul Calibur.
I never hear anybody say they want Soul Calibur.
Gauntlet Legends, actually.
All right.
It's a good fun.
Hey, Cornercade, thanks for letting us know you're home from work. We were worried about you.
So much fun with Cornercade the other day. He was on the live stream for the Arcade1Up announcement. He kept telling people, I pre-ordered it. Oh, Corny, you're the best.
Hey, he's got that energy, man. I like that energy.
Oh, I love it.
I like it when you're excited, you're passionate. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm just becoming that old grumpy grandpa. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here we go again. What?
Huh?
What?
I said, we know.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Carl. I love you too, Carl. I love you too.
We've met him once or twice.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, guys, we've been going like an hour and 12 minutes here now. So let's move on. Fast and Furious is cool. Linking's cool. Not everybody's going to buy this, but at the end of the day, it's a new title and it looks like it's a pretty fun racer. My decision's been made for me. It's not coming to Canada, but hopefully you guys get to enjoy it in the US. So.
And don't listen to P-dubs. Don't boycott the game.
I am not boycotting. Oh, gee, nostalgia. I swear. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Just don't set me up for a home run then, okay?
Yeah. Okay. What else, Mike? Did I miss anything?
Did they have a new improved pedal, gas pedal?
It's real feel.
I think it's the same ones that they've been using on Ridge Racer. Right?
It looks like
to be the same, right?
So the wheel is the same wheel that they have for Ridge Racer with the rumble technology, which is going to be pretty cool. I mean, you didn't really get the full experience with Ridge Racer because it only worked with Ace Driver and Ace Driver 2. But I think Fast and Furious has rumble for all 18 tracks, both games. I do hope that it's an upgraded gas pedal because that is one of the failing flaws for both of the racers that are out there right now. That's the cheapest part on any Arcade1Up they've ever put out there, and it's kind of like a black eye on all their racing cabinets. They've got to get something a little bit more substantial with the pedals.
They need crisp gas pedals, according to Stupid Fat Hobbit. I absolutely love it, and actually, Cornercade, we did confirm that it looks like nobody on this panel is going to be picking up this cabinet.
I mean, no one.
I can't buy a Cornercade. They're not selling it in Canada.
Is it a pretty cabinet? I mean, you guys like the
I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool.
Great.
I like the yellow trim. I like the colors.
It looks good on Michael. I know that.
I think it looks cool, but I have multi-cade, so I'm not. Yeah, look at Carl on the other side of that. So,
do you have multi-cades?
Yeah, but what's funny?
Hold on, you have multi-cades. I just had this great idea. You should do a show on Monday nights called Multi-cade Mondays. That'd be amazing.
I've been canceled again. Can't do it. All right. So what's funny, Cornercade, is we're not picking it up, but you're picking it up because
what else is funny?
Everybody you're picking it. You told everybody you're picking it up, so I expect to see a full review from you. I expect to see a full review. And not a TikTok video. I want a full review. Cornercade wants to be on the next week's show. Guys, put a 0 in the chat if it's a no. Put a 1 in the chat if it's a yes. We will let the live chat decide the fate of Cornercade. Will he be on next episode? Super Game Room dudes. 0 for no, 1 for yes.
And don't be afraid to be mean.
Yeah,
and I can write the review for you now. It's adequate.
Last time they voted him on, and he came on. You guys remember that? He came on. So 0 for no, 1 for yes. Do you want my wife playing it? What does that mean?
Don't put your wife in
Whoa. We got a bunch of ones in the chat. Hold on. We might have to let him come. He might have to come on. I like Danny. I like Cornercade Danny. He's funny. He cracks me up.
So anyways, for the Fast and Furious.
If he brings his wife, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, so here's the other thing. The other reason that none of us in the chat are buying it is because we want to give everybody an opportunity to shine in the community. So it'd be nice if some new people had a chance to buy the cabinet and get their reviews out.
Okay, Mike. Don't threaten us with guests like it's kind of that's a great one. Okay, Jason wants to know why our cabinets aren't on in the background. I want to see flashy shit. So funny story.
I told you
So-
the tax man came. I can't pay the electric bill anymore. For about a month.
So check this out, guys. So when I had company over and I brought them upstairs and I showed them the loft and then all the crap in my office, I was like, oh, and you guys got to check out this bit LCD marquee. I totally forgot to tell you this story. I turned on the arcade machines here and my bit LCD marquee won't turn on.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's
Turn the cabinet on every time. It always comes on. It just won't turn on. There's no power going to it. And now I got to pull the thing off from the wall, see what's going on. Maybe something got unplugged. I don't know.
I got a sign for you. I can take off one of mine.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know if it broke or if something just got unplugged. I'll know when I pull it off the wall. So we'll have to take a look.
That's a
I was like, damn. It was pretty funny. Like, hey, check out something cool. Oh, never mind. It doesn't work. It's kind of embarrassing, wasn't it? So, you four knuckleheads are the reason I tune in. There you go.
So, last but not least, we can go through this pretty quickly because it's not that major an update, but I did throw it in the thumbnail for the show for you people that understand that I'm a full-scale pinball channel now with my one machine. Every week going forward, I'll have an update on what's new with Godzilla Pinball. So we did want to talk about Sern. Actually, did a pretty significant thing this week.
Danny, they voted for Mrs. Cornercade. They didn't.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
So
we'll have to let them on, though. They voted yes. We'll have to invite them on. All right, keep going, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, Nostalgia, you can talk about this because I would imagine this was a pretty massive undertaking. I didn't know anything about this, but the other day a notice came out from Sern. They updated the code on all their pinball tables all at the exact same time. Every single one. Most of the update was just about Sern Insider connectivity, but there was actually some pretty significant changes to the tables as well. So huge. If anybody out there is a pinball fan, let us know if you have a pinball table. Did you do the update and what changes it made? I haven't done mine yet. After we finish here tonight, I'm going to go down and play a little bit Godzilla, so I'm ready for Wednesday's show. So
I don't have a Stern. I have 4 real pinball machines, but none of them are a Stern. So I'm not going to be able to help you here, Mike, but very excited. Are you going to do a video for it?
Well, I don't have much else to do with my pinball channel, do I?
You got one pinball machine. Lots of content.
Michael D and his one pinball machine's wacky adventure.
Cammy has a question for the chat. If you guys want to answer her, sorry, MG. She goes, how many 1UP fans moved on to Stern Pinball? She said she has 2 now.
I wouldn't really necessarily say I moved on so much as just it's something I always wanted. That's it.
Yeah. She's got 2 of the home pin models. So the home pins, I think, have the smaller DMD, right? The home pins. One man in his pinball for those long and lonely nights. There you go. I got a question for you, Mike. Does your family ever ask you to turn down the volume on your pinball machine? Because some pinball machines can get hella loud. Man, you're a lucky man.
Well, where I have my pinball machine, it's on the other side of the house from where most of the family is, so it's not really an issue.
Yep. All right. So what do we got coming up next week? Next week is our season 2 finale. Next week. So next week is our season 2 finale.
You said 2 more weeks.
Yeah, but I decided to move it up a week because I'm just tired of it.
If you're gonna do a new intro video and stuff, like, can we talk about that first? Like the depressing Halloween video we had last year.
I did that for Halloween for the fall season.
No, whatever. You didn't do it for Halloween.
We're not gonna.
Like, it's gonna be so cool. Nostalgia loves Batman.
We're not gonna change that. But yeah, so get ready for the season 3 premiere. Who knows what's gonna happen? Featuring more commercials.
Twice as many.
So many more commercials.
And Mike, you got to stop giving P-Dubs a hard time. Otherwise, he's going to boycott you just like he did the Arcade1Up machine.
Oh, God.
What is wrong with you? Like, why
so
are you
much.
the way that you are?
You know what?
So much.
You know what's funny, though?
Listen, it's crowded, okay?
Mike, every Friday, we kind of bust his balls a bit. So he's kind of getting me back. It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's all fair in love and war. Well, type faster, Cornercade, because I can't see it. He says he knows the secret why we're getting Fast and the Furious and not Daytona. So type it faster, buddy.
I also know the secret as well, Count Cornercade, so I'm very interested to see what you think it is.
I love this. If this is a true penultimate episode, it's supposed to die.
No. What's going to happen is the episode ends, and then P-Dubs wakes up and finds Patrick Dempsey in the shower, and it's all been just a dream.
What do you guys want to see in season 3? Put it in the live chat. Okay, here we go. Cornercade with the big reveal. If they release Daytona towards the end of the racing cabs, Arcade1Up will have already had to bout other titles first. If you come out with the best first, they won't get your money on a cab like F.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Cue the X-Files music. Cue the X-Files music. We're going to do shirts versus skins every week. That'll be great. Oh, should we have a big cliffhanger ending next week? I can totally make a cliffhanger.
Okay, so I'm ready for this. Cornercade.
Season 3. How high?
Cornercade. What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh, no,
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered irrational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
That's such a mean.
No. So, anyways, I love you, Courtney, but the real reason why we haven't got Daytona, it's simple emulation. There's no commercial emulator that Arcade1Up can buy to get it working. So,
no, I don't think it makes sense. I think you've been hitting John D's vape pen, Cornercade. That's okay. We still love you. Nostalgia, you got big plans for next weekend?
Like this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, you got big plans?
Yeah, I get to go to Cirque du Soleil.
You're going to go to Cirque du Soleil? They finally let you in the show?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
So
the main attraction.
So are the gymnasts going to swing from your chest hair? Is that how it's going?
That's exactly right.
What about you, Carl? You always got something really cool planned. What do you got going on?
Oh, nothing but yard work, man. I was out there today killing myself with this. I put down rubber mulch last year. I got to finish it off this year. So that'll last longer. But this time of year, I got to build some more raised beds for my wife, 4 more. So once I get all that done, I can get on the road with my bike. But these next few weekends is work, and dirt.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. Me, what am I going to do? I need to clean up the house. The house is a mess. So we clean up the house before company came. Company came, and now company's gone. House is a mess again. I got to clean up the house, do laundry, film some videos because I'm so behind on content. Like, I'll probably be home just working on stuff. All right, guys. So Michael B, big weekend plans?
I am YouTubed out. I'm looking forward to this weekend going down in my basement and just finally getting to play. I'm trying to get through Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm trying to get through.
I beat it. I beat that game.
I'm trying to get through Tales of Symphonia remake. So I'm looking forward to me weekend that I'm going to plan and never have because I have 2 young kids that are going to take up all my time.
Yeah, there you go. Well, as always, guys, we hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We're going to take off, get out of here, and start our own weekend fun. Do us a favor, guys. Make sure you subscribe to all the posts. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. If you enjoyed the broadcast, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Carl, whenever you're ready, send them on their way. Happy Friday!
Hey, guys, we appreciate you. As always, make sure you like this video. And when those shorts come out, like those as well. We appreciate you. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
So, Nostalgia, did you have to notify the circus directly or each and every one of the kids' parents that you'll be attending?
I didn't have to tell anybody. I'm going in as the bearded lady.
That's hot.
Yeah.